Winning the die roll in round one. Always a pleasure. Definitely want to play first. And wow, perfect mana. I think I'll keep it. Thank you. 2-drop, 3-drop, into other drops. Heck yeah. Let's see, my opponent, we're still waiting on. Alright, Monkeypox keeps a hand as well. We got a Magic game online. Lead off with our... Ooh, another green mage, it would seem. And a Longshot squad, which will hopefully be our 4-drop. Because I'd be more than happy to rock out 2, 3 to 4, and then get our 5th drop with Abs and Guy. Not have to worry about any of this, or 5th drop and a 6th drop, and just kind of curve out in an insane way. Ooh, Savage Punch. Debilitating Injury can get us here. Not here, I mean, like, if my opponent wants to go ahead and take out my Alpine Grizzly, but that's okay. If not, then this Savage Punch is going to be exactly that, savage next turn. If my opponent plays like a Morph. Could have to be careful against a Morph that is, what you call it, the Ruthless Ripper. That would suck. So do I, if my opponent has black, do I Savage Punch against that? Abzan versus Abzan? You don't say. Since that's not the case, we'll just save the Savage Punch for our, ooh, yeah. This is fantastic. Couldn't have been excited for a better draw. We gotta smash through 7 points. Continue to develop the board. And then presumably Savage Punch anything that scares us. Anything that's scary gets Savage Punched. Like a Siege Rhino. That's scary. But not scary enough. Alright, so what am I doing? Is there a way to kill a Siege Rhino and still let the Alpine Grizzly attack through the Skull Hunter? That's what I want to do. If this guy becomes a 6/4, just trade. So I have to do the 5/5 trade here, which is okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, like, sad. It means I just don't get to attack with as much. Not the end of the world, by any means. So, I could trade off any of these guys for the Mardu Skull Hunter. That just seems bad, because they're just so much better on their own. Would love to have gotten another mana, but I can't. Like, the thing is, though, if I trade off and just, like... Yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll just attack with the Were. With the Heir of the Wild, rather. It's still in a good enough position where I can wait. My opponent reaches 5 mana. I wish I had that Siege Rhino. It's a good card. Representing my feat resistance. I think I'm going to consider my Abzan Guide my 5-drop. Play the War Behemoth next turn and outlast the Longshot squad. This is assuming my opponent plays something. If my opponent, yeah. I might attack with the Heir here. Ooh, but I got to 5, so maybe I just play the Sage Eye here and start rocking and rolling. Do I just want to go 3 and outlast? I don't mind this Heir kind of clearing the way. Putting more pressure on my opponents. They just got more things to do no matter what. And with my opponent only having planes up, maybe I do just go, hey, let's just attack in. You can make some trades, but I still get to attack for 3. And I'm going to follow up with a Flyer. I'm going to have the War Behemoth and Abzan Guide late if nothing else happens. Kind of like just rocking the War Behemoth down and outlasting. Save it for something big, but I'm on the aggression, right? Let's just attack. Since I have the follow-ups, I'm cool with it. My opponent can have a lot too, but let's just start clearing the board and start getting more pressure down. I'm still left with some good creatures. Well, we put pressure on the opponent. Come on. Alabaster Kieran. Still gonna attack in. Ooh, Ruthless Ripper. Maybe not. Maybe not. This will be good to kind of mop up the board a little bit later. The question is, do I just go ahead and attack with a long shot squad now? Fuels my dead drop, keeps me going. The thing is, no, because I can really use my mana right now. No need to attack. We'll just keep developing the board. 2 more lands or some trades off make this dead drop really good. Maybe I want to play the War Behemoth so I can attack into the Ruthless Ripper next turn. Probably doesn't matter thanks to that Ronnie Mastodon, but I didn't know that at the time. What else you got? Debilitating Injury. Well, that's going to kill the Ruthless Ripper for sure. And then I don't really have great attacks, but I definitely want to kill the Ruthless Ripper. Keep fueling up my graveyard. And getting the board bigger. Any land and I can just dead drop away my opponent's defenses. No land? Well, I can at least, start bashing in and flipping guys. That actually might be the strategy no matter what. Just try to attack in. Bait my opponent with like a double block or something. Because then at least I'll get to follow up with the dead drop and then be in a really commanding position. Ooh, Doom Blast would be scary. Just realized that. Alright, I'm not playing any more creatures. That's official. I guess the dead drop helps fight against Doom Blast. If my opponent's playing a banner, it's probably a Doom Blast in the future. Oh, yo, no. Okay, I'm actually going to hang on to the Ancestor because of Doom Blast. Ain't that interesting? It's also not going to do much against this board. One away. Just one away. Alright, so what are my attacks? Definitely with Long Shot Squad. If my opponent double blocks, that's okay. The Kieran's dead. And I get to do a dead drop on a follow-up play. If I attack with one of these guys, I can just pay the mana. To flip it, keep it alive while I wait for... Yeah, I'm going to attack with Long Shot Squad and the War Behemoth. Maybe I just do all. But then if my opponent goes to just block the twos, I can only flip one. That ain't fantastic. So it's going to instead be attack with Squad, Morph, and Sage Eye Harrier. That's it. Boink, 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 boink. If my opponent wants to rock that, I'll just do 3 damage. Kind of makes... Wait, what just happened? That's what I wanted to do. Thank you very much. Somehow I wasn't clicking properly. Opponent has something. A kill shot! Aw, you killing my guy. Well, no Doom Blast is in my future. And I get to follow up next turn with a dead drop. That'll be quite nice. Hopefully, if a creature's played, it's nothing too... Oh man, that's a good card for cancel dead drop. Alright. Can I somehow bait... Attack with the long shot squad, they just kind of do the same blocks before. So I kind of have to throw in the Abzan guide if I want to try to get this blood-soaked champion killed and then dead dropped. But if I do that, I think I'm just being greedy. I mean, I can still just dead drop, and if a couple things go away, I have at least a 4/4 attack or a flyer. The thing is just the blood-soaked champion just gets to keep... Oh, wait, this guy can't block. So I attack with everything. So I can still flip my morph. My opponent does some weird kind of thingy here. There has to be blocks. That guy goes there, that guy goes there. Do I do the flip? Do I do it? I feel like I do the flip. I mean, kind of have to, right? Yeah. Another something? You're using your banner? Oh, you're using your dragon scale boon. Well, that's a bummer. I presume that means that my dead drop is not going to take out the Rotting Mastodon. And I definitely want to fire off next turn. So that hopefully my opponent won't play another creature here. Only having one card in hand, that's a good possibility. It's also the most likely thing my opponent could have. That's okay. We're good on life. But if no other creature comes down, my opponent has to decide between one of these two, and then it should still put me in... Oh, no. A Falconer! Bitter Revelation! How many cards do we have in graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Oh, 6. It says right there. There's a thing for it. 6, 7, 8, 9... Wait. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. So I can Bitter Revelation and then make a decision. As to what I want to do. I want this in my hand, and then who cares? I will take a swamp. Say goodbye to these guys. Alright, so I can do a dead drop and a Savage Punch. What do I want to Savage Punch? I want to Savage Punch the Alabaster... My opponent has no cards in hand, so I can just do this with impunity. I want to Savage Punch the Alabaster Kieran. I can at least have a flyer there, but then maybe... Yeah, so we're just going to go like this. Boink. That should be lethal. Oh, wait. Oh, the Abzan Falcon. Oh, the Rotting Mastodon has flying. That's silly. That means I have to show the dead drop, which sucks. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ta-da! That's a bummer. I don't know if I would have done it differently or not. Might have thought about that, but I thought I had the lethal, but I wasn't paying attention all the way. Now I get to attack before lethal. I'm not really gonna go through that and think if I could have done that differently. Could I? No, I probably still would have come to that conclusion that I would have to show both spells, but whatever. Alright, my opponent's got some flyers. I'm a little worried. How's Death Frenzy doing? Not too hot. There's definitely cards there that matter. Got a couple of them out, but it's not exactly insane. Maybe I just want the Throttle instead of a Death Frenzy so I can pinpoint... You know, this can still take out the Rotting Mastodon. It may not even matter, but I'm more worried about the flying things. How do I deal with flyers? I have a Longshot Squad, a Sage Eye Harrier, and a Sultai Scavenger. I'm just more worried about that because the ground's going to be pretty well gummed up. And again, my opponent has not that many X2s, so let's ditch this guy for sure. My opponent's not super fast. We can consider Kratos Claws, but I'm actually having just another Throttle online. Makes me A-okay there. Well now. This is quite the interesting decision. We don't have black, which is kind of important. We are going to be on the draw, though, with 18 lands. So I'm going to keep it because all of these are morph dudes. My opponent isn't aggressive. So just being able to have some nice, strong spells. And once we... Oh, and then we draw, like, perfectly. But once we start drawing into all of our lands, this is going to be really nice for us. A little clunky, because this is all the high-end things. We want to start drawing some of our powerful spells, not our creatures, but, you know, our removal. Of course, opponent just gets in on some Outlast. Maybe my opponent has a Kin-Tree Invocation of his or her own. Debilitating Injury, not a fantastic card right now for the momento. Opponent also has perfect mana. Oh, Siege Rhino, how you scare me. Getting in for 1. Is there a raid trigger here? Probably ditching the War Behemoth if my opponent plays a Skull Hunter. No, it's Morph. Alright. Probably just going to Debilitating Injury that. Not a lot of pressure, so I can avoid not using all my mana. Or I cannot be too sad. I don't want to avoid it, but I can be not too sad about that. That was a Krumar Bondkin, which being on the play, my opponent would have had quite the advantage to be able to rock some massive beats on me soon. Which card do I want to rock down? I guess I have the most redundancy in the guides and the War Behemoth, so I can just go ahead and put the Behemoth down as the most expendable creature initially. Just because against my opponent, these guides are pretty nice. Start rocking out morphs until we draw more lands. Ooh, there's that Siege Rhino. Now that means I want my War Behemoth around for as long as possible. So I'm going to play an Abzan God face down. It means we're going to take some beats from this Siege until I'm able to get this War Behemoth on defense. Need some lands for that to happen, because we're taking 5 a turn here. We got 3 turns. Ouch. Need to draw 2 lands in a row. 4th land will get us the War Behemoth face down. 5th land will get it face up. I'm just going to try to save some life here, since that does equate to more turns. Ooh, opponent gets to keep developing the board. Selling Ancestors okay. I guess we just play that in the Teamer Charger. That seems horrible. But it does put enough... If I put the Teamer Charger, I can double block the Siege Rhino, which is really, I think, my only way of surviving if I continue not to have lands. So that's certainly a desperate call. We're still taking like a bunch of damage a turn, but it's really all I can do, I feel. Opponent just went ahead and rocked that Siege Rhino into my Abzan Guide. Might have had my own Ruthless Ripper friend, but was trying to... Looks like just... Oh! Now we see the game plan. This is just a loss to a loss. How do I get out of this? Okay. Maybe now we just double block the Unyielding Krumar. I mean, this guy's obviously going there, saving damage. How do I deal with the Siege Rhino, though? I don't know. Let's see what I draw. But, gotta stay alive. Opponent can't do first strike, so this actually works. Do I have anything? Ooh, that is one. Does it kill me, though? Kills a Siege Rhino, but then I take 5 damage and I'm dead. So if I put the Distant Ancestor and the Heir in front of the Siege Rhino, I take 3 damage and go down to 1. Alright. That's how I hang in here. Crazy. Probably just gonna die here. 1 pump gets me dead. That's a goodish shine, I guess, right? Right? Down to 1. I'm alive! And I'm dead. So close, yet so far. Well, I mean... Gosh. Okay, I can barely stay alive. 1... And then we'll cast this guy face down, which I actually want to stay alive so I can start gaining some life back. Keeps me in the ringer. Opponent has to attack with both, and I get to eat the cure if my opponent has nothing. But of course my opponent has something. Why wouldn't my opponent? Land? No, long shot squad. That's actually okay. Not great, because this Disown Ancestor is going to go, but being on desperate mode means I'm basically just double blocking this Disown Ancestor. Oh wait, it doesn't even kill it. It's only 6. Ugh. So I'm chumping the Disown Ancestor. Huh, great. Ooh, I'm dead. Oh no, I'm not dead. I have... Oh wait, this guy doesn't have reach yet. Never mind, I'm dead. Come on, this could be my white flyer. You don't know that yet, honey. That means I'm gonna make you attack, basically. That's what I'm trying to say right now. Oh. You are playing conservatively, giving me a little bit of time. Love it. Loves it. What do I got? Okay. Can I get out of this pickle? I attack with the Abzan Guide to guarantee gaining 4 life. If that happens, my opponent probably just takes the damage. I'm up to 5. 3, 4, 5. I die. So I can't do that. Throttle only kills 1 flyer. There's 2. I can't block it. So I'm dead. So my only hope is to attack with my morph and pray that my opponent blocks it. Then I'll be able to morph it, gain life, and kill something. I assume my opponent won't make that mistake, but that's my only out. So I'm playing to it. Alright. My opponent didn't make that mistake. So, I'm just going to keep my throttle open, see if my opponent makes another mistake by not attacking with everything. But alas, no such luck. Got stuck on the Landos too long. Whoops. I don't know what just happened there. I didn't see anything that makes me want to switch what I was doing. Still just worry about flyers. I guess I could bring in my Rhino Mastodon and deal with the Rhino, but I actually got a lot of cards that deal with the Rhino okay. Lots of big, beefy dudes. Good removal. Yeah, I'm keeping it this way. Do I want to play first? Yeah, my opponent's got some early stuff too. I want to play first. I like the extra card, but we should be fine. 1, 2, 3. This is a little awkward since this is a dead card at the moment, but we got a lot of draws to make it better and debilitating injury to at least keep us alive for a while. Once we draw at least a guy, and we also have all our mana. Once we at least draw a guy, this punch and Kintrification should be quite nice. Our opponent mulled down to 6 and kept a hand after that. No Disown Ancestor. Disown Ancestor. Ugh. Can you really get... By the time these are castable, we'll probably be able to Savage Punch and Kin Tree Invocation is something huge, so that'll be cool. But I really need to draw a creature. I have 14 in the deck, so you know, that's a thing. Opponent appropriately outlasts, which means there's no Skull. Oof. Alright, if this survives, then I'm in some serious business in the near future. Because I'll be able to Savage Punch away something huge, like a Disown Ancestor, and get a Kin Tree Invocation online. Let's make sure the mana's right for it. I need to play my forest. So let's not discard the forest. We discard a swamp. Should, in my imagination, Skulltr comes down. Debilitating injury would just be so brutal here. Alright, we all got the perfect manas. Love getting a 4/4 down. loves it. Alright. What do I kill? Obviously the Disowned Ancestor. Because if this is the Ruthless Ripper, which we did see from my opponent, I just get hosed. Let's walk through this one more time. We're going to Savage Punch Alpine Grizzly to the Disowned Ancestor. I will have a 6/4. I will get to make a Kintry Invocation and then attack with Alpine Grizzly. And I'm actually okay with that trade happening once I'm left with the 4/4. So let's do it. That's good. Have to do this before combat in case it is a Ripper. I will attack for 4. If it's a Ripper, it's a Ripper. If not, I get in 6 damage. Still just clearing the way. Nope, it's a Ripper. Yeah, it's a Ripper. No, it's not a Ripper. Are you a Ripper? No, you're not. Yay! Or you don't have any black cards in hand, which I highly doubt. Okay, we're in okay position. Especially since my opponent just kind of whiffed. Stitch this guy, see if we can't smash for 8 right now. Sagu Archer, alright, we're smashing for 8. Kill shot. That's fine. Not great, but that's fine. We'll just continue to press the advantage. Anything trades with this Grizzly soon. I'll probably keep it around. If, like, another morph comes down. Siege Rhino? That would suck. No, Longshot Squad. That's okay. Not great, but it's okay. Do I attack into it? Is it worth trading for? Opponent has +1/+1 counters and things like incremental growths that make it bad. Opponent's tapped out. I kind of feel like just getting the creatures out of the way while I can. Problem is, my opponent has more gas later on. I'm just drawing Landos. I'm going to attack. I don't want my opponent to have creatures out. My Longshot Squad will hopefully survive. Well, my opponent's tapped out. This is fine. Forcing the block, because my opponent has to block here. But of course. We'll start making our Longshot Squad big if something else like a Rhino comes down, but we should be in a place where that should work out. Alright, 5 mana. Unyielding Krumar. Don't care about. Play my land because I have Dead Drop in the deck. I don't actually, have it. I'll take some hits if I just need to keep the Longshot Squad growing. A little worried if I continue not to draw more action. My opponent has 2 cards in hand. It's attacking because my opponent's not going to block, it would seem. Nomad Outpost is a bummer. Could have... We saw the boon before, so we're just going to keep Outlasting to play around it, because I can't... If my guy dies, and I'm just screwed. So, we'll just make our guy ginormous. Make him a 7/7, and then we'll attack in. That way... Or if my opponent has no mana left open. It should draw something not like a land. Hey, that's not like a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an Outlast. Perfect. It's Outlast. Let's cast. I'm much less scared now. I have something going on. What do you have going on? Meandering Tower Shell. It's a big boy. Just to bash through for 5 in a turn or 2. Opponent's just hanging out. Oh, we get the same play. Nice. My opponent can never really attack with this dude, so we'll just continue the Outlast strategy and the Cast Awesome Cards strategy. Just ripping our Abzan guides all the way. F16. My opponent has some powerful stuff. So do I, though. I can cast Dead Drop, which is what I loves. I guess we just keep Outlasting. So I can get through the Tower Shell at some point. can't really attack into the tower shell as a 5/9 because these guys are dead. But if I need to gain life, I can do that. Just need to wait till we get a flyer online. My opponent has removal spell for the long shot squad. That's going to be really hard. Ooh, this is nice. Allows me to attack. Opponent can't counter anything. Can make things big, though. And that's the problem. Well, +3/+3, 5, 6, 7, 8. That still shrinks this guy down to levels that don't really matter. I'm just trying to think if I get blown out by any blocks that then I respond through with a throttle. If these guys double block some way, somehow, it's bad. 8, 9, 10, 4. The throttle could save my guide if my opponent tries to pump. So we have attacks here, thanks to the throttle. So I'm going to take them. I'm only playing on the +3/+3. If there's a feat of resistance, it won't kill my long shot squad. Unless there's like a bunch of triple blocking. And then my guides are getting through and then I'm like okay with that. And all of these guys, I just realized, pretty much have to be blocked. Alright. So if this goes down, without me responding, like with the tower shell. This guy's dead. This guy stays alive, I gain 4 life. Feeder resistance would keep the throttle from affecting, and then I get 2 for 1. I could just let it happen and 2 for myself by using the throttle and the Absent Guide to actually kill the Meandering Tower Shell, which I like because it allows the long shot squad to get through. And we continue to have a big beefy guy here. Yeah, I'm just going to throw away my Absent Guide in a sense to play around whatever kind of tricks my opponent might have. Also gain 8 life, PS. Yeah, so I'll make my opponent do something. So my opponent's going to awaken the bear on the Rotting Mastodon. So what would I rather have dead? The thing is, I'm hoping this guy was going to stay alive. I can keep it alive by throttling the Rotting Mastodon. Instead, I'm just going to throttle the Meandering Tower Shell and say my opponent doesn't have 2 tricks here. Oh wait, but that's not going to actually kill. I did my math wrong. That's not going to kill the Towering Meander Shell at all. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. So if that's the case, I definitely use a throttle to keep something alive. Can it kill any of them? 8, 9, 10, 11. Still only going to be 8. It's going to be 9. Wow, I screwed that one up pretty royally, in fact. At least this guy's dead. My guy's still big. But yeah, I'm going to have to use a throttle just to keep one of my guides alive, which I need to do because I made that mistake, but that's important, I think. I guess I'll keep this one alive because I don't think it really matters. Yeah, that sucks. No, my bad. Definitely my bad. So, should not have done that. I thought I could have killed the Meandering Tower Shell, but I couldn't. Now my opponent has great blocks. I have to keep outlasting, and I just wasted a premium removal / combat trick and traded an Abzan Guide for a stupid Unyielding Krumar. Could be exactly what my opponent needed to get back in this game. That won't do it quite yet, but it could get nasty if incremental growth or something rocks out. Alright, well, let's see if we learned our lesson. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Minus 4, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I'm just going to attack with the long shot squad. And use the throttle to clear the way. I'm assuming my opponent has anything else in hand. We've been top decking for a while. My opponent used the trick. Kill. What do I want to kill? The Meandering Tower Shell. I don't think I care about the Bondkin yet. I have dragon scale boons here. That's gonna suck. Oh shoot! I ordered that horribly. Gosh, I'm just sucking at life, aren't I? I should have killed the Bonkin. I didn't do the math on that. I was just caring about getting the Meander Shell dead. So, mistake number dos. Thanks for watching, guys. That's Ryan from Mana Bluff. Yep, that's me. Just rocking and rolling here. Just keeping dreams alive for my opponent. Hey, ripping well. Attacking with both. Might as well gain some life. I don't think my opponent has anything again. Could have the untap. Yeah, if my opponent has another Dragon's or Awaken the Bear, probably a bad idea. At least this way I can kill the Rotting Mastodon still. Dragon Scale Bone. Just see my opponent didn't go for... I guess my opponent couldn't have. Okay. I'm still going to play out my land. Hey! I'm giving this to my opponent. Now my opponent has 7 first strike powers. I need a dead drop. Bitter Relations, not bad. Dead drop? This helped me dig through a dead drop pretty well. Savage Punch is good. Air of the Wild is good. Krumar Bonkin not as good. So Savage Punch I want, and I mean this is a good thing. Air of the Wild just gets through everything. All right, what am I Savage Punching? I guess we just Savage Punch away the Rotting Mastodon with the Long Shot Squad. Only do 4. I'll be at 10. I could still attack through pretty handily. Oh. You. Does my opponent have anything? Again. If my opponent has nothing, that should be game. My opponent could easily have stuff, like a Feeder Resistance. Oh, has something. And Awaken the Bear! Alright, well the guy stays alive, but so does my opponent. So, I can't attack through. 7 damage, first strike, all that fun-loving stuff. So, we'll get our Death Toucher out. Just develops the board. Really? How many cards? 15? I need a dead drop. My opponent can have a Siege Rhino. My opponent has ways to turn this game around, and my opponent still had 10 life, so it's not like fantastic. Oh, I should have, I don't need this for defense. I don't care my opponent deck. I should have, alright, that's my strikeout right there. I think I should have made Longshot Squad bigger. Dead drop. Scavenger's good. Still not attacking, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, don't need to attack. We'll scavenge. My opponent has that Falconer, though. Remember? So both these guys start getting in the air. That'd be scary. Nice rip from my opponent. But seems not to have it. Nope. And can't even attack with it, so it's still just like a non-issue at the moment. We'll see if my opponent has anything to deal with flyers. Do ya? Nope. Just gonna hang on to my lands. We can hardcast Dead Drop if we want. I'm down to keep my Longshot Squad. Why am I doing that? I don't need it for D. My opponent's not attacking. I should just be outlasting every time. You have to be aware of time. I mean, this is the last game, as you all know. So, should be okay. This game should resolve itself one way or another before 3:38 is done. Ooh, Siege Rhino. Opponent gets to gain some life, gain some time. Dead drop. No. Do I attack in with my long shot squad? No, I'm fine to play this waiting game with my flyer online till it dies. I have plenty of life. My opponent can't really attack for any major win. What are we seeing for? There's definitely cards that get me. My opponent has flyers in the deck. I'm mostly worried about that, the Falconer. That's what my opponent's drawing to. Falconer comes in and, oof, shuts down. That might be hard to get through. Gosh. I think I do just start attacking. This guy has to be blocked. Block there, kills. This guy dies. If we attack with just the if we attack with a long shot squad, 8, 9, 10, 11, take out the big boys. But again, I'm still cool. Waiting for a second. Another kill shot. Any removal spell. Doesn't have it though. I feel better now because my guy can get through all of these without dying. And all of our guys are lethal now. So I'm pretty much going to attack with everything. Because what would happen is my opponent would have to have a removal spell to kill the Sultai Slayer and then have to block each one, but then the long shot squad kills something. Oh, and we just drew a really nice backup flyer. So let's go for the win. Let's do it. Let me do it. All right. What you got? Removal spell, block, 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 but then we get to clear the way, and then that's it. Yeah. All right, cool. On to round 2. Ha ha!